Hello everyone, welcome back to Form of Therapy. This is the Culture Study. I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And welcome to the channel. This is where we check out K-pop music videos and I give you my honest thoughts and reactions on them as both a video producer, a lifelong K-pop fan, and as a Korean American.
And I'm Blair, and I am so excited for this video we are about to watch. Agust's People Part 2 featuring IU.
Yes.
I'm so ready.
Yeah,
to hear whatever this is about to
was
be.
honestly so excited about the Agust part that I forgot about the IU part. Yeah.
She's here as well.
Yeah, and this is their second time collaborating together. Previously...
It was 8.
Yes, he produced and featured on that.
Yep.
So this one's featuring IU, returning the favor, but also it's titled People Part 2, which... He had a song off his Techita, his D2 album called People, which was my favorite song on that album.
Really
because, good. I mean, I love singing Suga.
Yep.
I'm curious, are we going to get singing Suga here, or is IU going to cover? I'm very curious as to how it's all going to work.
Are they both going to sing together?
Yeah. It could be anything.
Are they going to harmonize? I don't know.
Yeah.
The thoughts are just racing.
Yeah. Before we get into the video, though, real quick, just some bookkeeping. Guys, if you enjoy the channel, you want to support it, you enjoy the contents, we don't make money doing any of our reactions here on YouTube, just because all the ads are claimed by the labels, so they go right back to the label. So if you want to see more of these and you want to support the channel, please consider visiting our Patreon. We do bonus reactions over there. In fact, we have been checking out Suchita for a while. We just actually checked out the Jimin one. And we actually just dropped a ton of bonus drops for Jimin's comeback recently. And if you want to check that out, that's going to be on our Patreon. We're getting back into Run BTS starting next month as well. But of course, if you don't want to support us monetarily or just simply can't, we understand as well. That's completely fine. There are free ways to support the channel. You can just simply subscribe down below. You can like the video down below and leave a comment. It's
simple as that.
Yeah, real easy. So, we appreciate the support, whether it's through Patreon or here on YouTube. Thank you guys for always tuning in. Let's get into the video. This is People Part 2 featuring IU by Agust. And this is your form of therapy.
So time is here, now right it go.
Wow.
I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now right it go. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
사랑이라는 말 어쩌면 순간의 감정의 날 조건이 붙진 않은 무얼 사랑하는가 충분히 사랑받지 못한 나이 그래서 무엇보다 신중한 타입 나는 말에 원해 진중한 사 알잖아 영어는 못했어 잔잔한 파도에도 힘없이 쉽게 무너져 상실은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려운 게 슬픈 거야 So far away you're gone Getting far away
Oh, he's singing!
Too far away you're gone
His singing got better too.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot better. Oh, is this his real place? I feel like it is.
Now right it go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now right it go. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
당신은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려움이 큰 거잖아 함께 미래 그리던 우리는 없고 쌓은 모든 성들을 부셔버린 것은 우린 걸 승패가 없는 게임이라지만 난 언제나 게임 loser 모든 걸 주겠다던 우린 모든 것을 부셔 그리고 떠나지 사랑이던 사람이든 모두가 이기적이기 때문이야 So far away you're gone Getting far away Too far away you're gone I know I have to know
So time is here, now right
떠가는 사람 사랑의 끝은 과연 무엇일까 수많은 사람 스쳐간 사람 사랑은 사랑으로 완벽할까 그래 말야 이타적인 게 어쩌면 되려 이기적이네 널 위해 한다는 말은 곧 내 욕심이기에 욕심을 버리면 행복해지고 채우지 못한 반쪽짜리 허사 삶은 저항과 복종 사이의 싸움이라는데 내가 보기에는 외로움들과의 싸움이네 눈물이 터져 나오면 그대 울어도 돼 당신은 사랑받기에도 이미 충분한데
Sometimes yeah, not right and go. I know you know anything there's no. So sometimes yeah, not right and go. Nobody doesn't know anymore. Yeah.
대부분 다 뭐 사람들한테 전달하고 싶은 이야기도 있지만 나 자신한테 이야기를 하는 것처럼 들린다라는 이야기를 많이 들었거든요. 사실이기도 하고요. 그때 당시에 코로나로 여러 가지 것들을 할 수 없을 때 굉장히 모든 것을 잃어버렸다라고 생각을 했을 때 썼던 곡이기 때문에 나 자신한테 되게 해주고 싶었던 이야기였습니다.
Wow.
It's oh man, BTS members hit you so heavy, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Well, oh shoot. What did you think? What did you think of the song?
I'm just in awe of this song. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful. The beat is so soft, and he's improved his singing so much. His singing is amazing. Wow.
I found it to be very, very moving. Not just in the song though. I use voice first of all is amazing on this song, and when she harmonizes with Suga at one point, that is oh my god, that was amazing. But for me, the contents of these lyrics, for me, I mean, I related a lot to these lyrics, as I often tend to do with Suga's lyrics, and he's such a very introspective person. And the way he writes lyrics, he didn't even have to say it, and I was going to say it in the video, but he straight up said it. It's like, yeah, he always feels like he's rapping at you, but also at himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like he has a very unique quality where he can really pull that off in his lyricism. And this sound, he has not done this really for himself. He's produced this sound for, I think, several other artists.
Yeah, he's done this for other people, but
Never himself. And to see him actually do this himself is really nice. But then the presentation is what really threw me for a loop. Just like the very clean, almost like I expected like this kind of a video, this kind of presentation from like RM. You know, like this had like a very kind of like studio, very like studio, like almost like an art gallery, museum sort of feeling to it. And it was very intimate. But RM wanted to do something bigger and louder for his. And Suga, you know, after doing D1 and then D2, and I was expecting like, but what the heck is D3 gonna be? But this is unexpected. And playing off of, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just would not have expected this.
Yeah,
not at all.
but I think it also shows like just the natural evolution in Suga as a person.
Oh yeah.
and the change in him. He actually talks about it in his People song of like, people change just like how I've changed. And not because nothing in this world stays forever. Nothing stays the same. And I want to go back and re-listen to these lyrics because it seems like the perspective throughout the song changes about two or three times. So I want to get a better handle on that. But what do you make of IU's lyrics, IU's chorus? Because I don't quite get it.
I don't quite get it either.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand it yet.
Okay.
She sounds beautiful, but
Well, sure. But
I don't understand.
I want to understand it on a deeper level.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and watch this again. But already starting from this just black and white chair. The director's chair.
So time is yet not right.
And it just starts.
yeah, there's no lead in. You're just
Yeah.
in.
Anything is no. So time is yet not right. It go. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
사랑이라는 말 어쩌면 순간의 감정의 날 조건이 붙진 않은 무얼 사랑하는가 충분히 사랑받지 못한 나이 그래서 무엇보다 신중한 타입 나는 말에 원해 진중한 사 알잖아 영어는 못했어 잔잔한 파도에도 힘없이 쉽게 무너져 상실은
hold
무엇
on.
때문에 슬픈 그래서 무엇보다 신중한 타입 나는 말에 원해 진중한 사 알잖아 영어는 못했어
First of all, the way he rapped that part, like I want a 진중한 사이, like 사이, and the way he plays off of
보다 신중한 타입 나는 말에 원해 진중한 사 알잖아 영어는 못했어
모래 사. That was so nice. Forever something like a sandcastle.
난 파도에도 힘없이 쉽게
Comes
무너져
crumbling down at the
상실은 무엇
calmest of
때문에
waves.
슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려운 게 슬픈 거야 두려운 게 슬픈 거야
He knows when to like talk
Yeah.
and say,
Well, he understands timing, and
Yeah.
it's because it's him being both a rapper and a composer. So it's really like two things working for him. But in People, the first People, he's sort of talking about like just the general like this, like what's wrong with living like this? What's wrong with living like this? Now it's a lot more even introspective. You know, it's more like him rapping like his thoughts about people.
"Oh,
You know, it's a lot more direct than the first one.
Getting far away
Name dropping two of my favorite Suga songs, "So Far Away" from the first mixtape. That was my favorite song off that mixtape.
That was my favorite as well.
Yeah.
I know I have to know, yeah.
So time is yet not right. It go. I know you know anything is no. So time is yet not right. It go. Nobody does.
Wow, I feel stupid because I cannot understand like what IU's lyrics are even hinting at or even insinuating. Like,
yeah, I've got nothing.
Yeah, like the grammar is like so like it just straight up like it doesn't make sense. Like there's like stuff removed straight up.
I'm
that-
like, is there some sort of?
It's not that it's bad English. It's that like it's straight up like I don't think like there's a lot of like oxymoron. Nobody doesn't know anymore. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
so then
So
everybody
time
knows.
time is yet now.
Not right. It
Time is yet now, right here to go. It's just, and that slips right into that. I'm like, time is yet now, right here to go. What does that mean?
Go. Nobody
I'm too dumb.
know anymore.
당신은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까? 사실은 두려움이 큰 거잖아.
I wonder if it's like People Part 2. Like people the first People song, it felt very much like it was about him. And like, what's wrong with living like this? What's wrong with living like that? Or just like in general, like what's wrong with people like living like this or living like that? This, like he says, like he quite literally says, like, too far away, you're gone. I know I have to know. And like the whole, I feel like People Part 2 song is him sort of rapping about his thought process. Like the first verse is him speaking from his perspective. Like saying like this is who I am as a person, right? Like someone who wasn't loved enough as a kid, so that's why I'm the cautious type. Like he talks about himself, and then the second part is like him having to know, so he's asking these questions. He wants to know about you, who's so far gone, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's what it feels like. Oh my goodness.
사실은 두려움이 큰 거잖아. 함께 미래 그리던 우리는 없고 쌓은 모든 성들을 부셔버린 것은 우린 걸. 승패가 없는 게임이라지만 난 언제나 게임 loser. 모든 걸 주겠다던 우린 모든 것을 부셔. 그리고 떠나지 사랑이던 사람이든 모두가 이기적이기 때문이야.
Because both love and people are selfish. Now it's like, so he's saying so far away you're gone. So whether it's a breakup between friends or a romantic relationship, he is saying he needs to know, but like he needs to know like more. He's trying to figure people out. I think is kind of like human relationships are the most complicated things, and he's trying to figure it out through this song. You know?
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's why IU's lyrics maybe don't make sense. Either we're just like, you know, dumb and we're dense and we can't like figure it out, or like it's supposed to be intentionally confusing.
Because like he doesn't get it.
Yeah. And so it's kind of not supposed to make sense. I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah,
sure.
because he's also because like you were saying, he was talking about himself, but then he was talking like the second verse was like him talking about himself asking questions to other people and like, so we're like doing this, right? Like saying like we.
Well, specifically, he's when he's rapping here, he says they say there's no winners or losers in this game, but I'm always the loser. It sounds like he's rapping about someone specific. I'm not saying he is. It's just the way he wrote these lyrics. We're the ones who tore down the sandcastle.
Like the person he's.
The us that dreamt of a future together is no more, right?
Yeah.
So like like let's say, I'm not saying like he and IU dated or anything. This is just like a symbolism thing.
Yeah.
But like if IU is that person, playing the person who is either a friend or a lover that he lost, he's trying to figure out like why this went wrong.
Yeah, like where did we go wrong?
Where did we go
Like,
wrong? Yeah. Oh, interesting.
사랑이던 사람이든
Because both love
모두가
and people are
이기적이기
selfish.
때문이야. So far away you're gone.
Because the lyrics are not explicitly romantic. It's just love. Now, something I didn't touch on too much in the video, by the way, which is the video looks gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
I don't know if this is like actually Suga's house or not, or if this is like a set. I wouldn't be like surprised if it was, but like the way like this could like on like a glance be like, oh, it's a very simple music video, but a simple house video like this, for it to be entertaining, one, it has to be well directed, which they do really, really well. Like even showing him in the studio, they're like visually showing like this is how he's like trying to figure it out through music, you know, like literally through lyric writing, through making beats. He's in his studio and then it eventually graduates to like, I made this. I'm like, it's almost like they're showing the process of him making this song. Of like I'm writing my thoughts down and then I'm making the beat in my own home.
And then he has his guitar and he's like
and-
figuring out chords. And he's at the computer.
And then he takes it to the studio.
Yeah.
And then he's recording at the studio. And then there's like a part where he sings. Like I feel like in the mic he makes it. I might be just hearing things, or like because of the visual trigger I might be like assuming that, but it sounds like he's like they mix it to make it sound like it sounds a little bit more raw or real. Like When we get to that part, I'll see if
We'll have to.
I
Yeah, I want to hear that.
hear that again. But that's the story of this song, and for them to pull it off like this, to give it like this very, I mean, Agust D and Suga is who he is. He is the he is in the most famous category in the world. So this video, to even do a simple idea like this, requires so much more of a complicated setup. It looks like, oh, this looks like daylight. This is not daylight. This is lighting. This is daylight lighting, which means it's high powered lighting. So like that, I mean, first of all, that's just money. Like lights like that are super expensive, but like even right here, showing him like right here, they add a sort of like a soft like glow to it to kind of give it that like slightly romantic, dreamy vibe, but not too overdone. Like sort of like the girl group music videos that you see nowadays that are kind of leaning into that like retro sort of style. They give it that soft tone look. They're doing that, but only ever so slightly, so that the light has like a sort of like a blooming to it. So it gives it a kind of like a nice warm atmosphere. But this video is anything but simple. It's like the opening theme song to Kingdom Hearts. It's so simple and clean that it's actually really hard to do. Like it's like a lot of man hours. Like even getting this aerial shot, like, or like not aerial shot. This this aerial top down shot. Like it's a lot of setups and breakdowns, and there's just a lot more intentional lighting in place.
They just make it look so simple.
Yeah,
they make it look easy.
Yeah, they make it look really easy because Suga's not like out here dancing and he's not getting kidnapped and whatnot. You could easily think that like oh, this is a much more simple video. It's like maybe like on like I think like a budget level, yes, but like on the technical level and especially the directing level,
Yeah, on like a conceptual level,
it's much more difficult in a different way. I won't say this is more difficult to produce and shoot than something like Techita, like that is definitely difficult. Like really difficult. Like combining multiple different elements and then making that cohesive. Obviously, that's always going to be more difficult, but there is an extra, very different lane of art form to do something so simple and elegant like this. So I just want to make sure that like credit is given where credit is due. This video team did like a really amazing job. Like they really like this was probably Suga's vision for the video, and like it was just really well done.
Too far away, you're gone. I know I have to know.
Right there. Okay, so it's not in the studio. Something about when he says, I know I have to. I don't know why. I feel like I can hear his breathiness a little bit more. Hold on, let's.
Far away, you're gone. I know I have to know.
I could hear the pop in his. Did you hear that?
yeah.
Let's go back just real quick.
Far away. Too far away, you're gone. I know I have to know.
Oh no, it's the same. It's the same.
It is the same.
But by the way, his singing, that part right there,
Getting far away.
that like the transition between far and away. Not that part for me. This part.
Getting far away.
The way he goes, like, wow. His singing has improved so much.
And that's the thing. It's like it doesn't
What?
it doesn't sound like. It sounds like that's just what his voice does when he sings. Like it doesn't sound like a creative choice.
Oh yeah.
It's just like a rapper and like it's probably hard for him to get up there. His voice breaks like that, but it sounds so good.
But
and
what I'm
so,
saying is like he definitely had more of a rough around the edges sort of quality to his singing.
His voice is definitely like clear. It sounds more clear.
It's like it's I don't know what else to compare. It's like he fixed that shoulder and like
Yeah, like
everything
suddenly
improved.
he can breathe. Suddenly he can see.
Yeah.
Everything just like.
Oh, I don't know what it is. He sounds amazing.
Too far away, you're gone.
And I love how IU is in here, but like just below him.
She came in
Like,
right at the end.
She's not. What do you mean? Where?
Like right at the end of like his like singing. He was na 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 na, na and she came at the na.
Getting far away.
So it's just Suga.
Nope.
What?
No.
Oh,
It's
man.
both of them. It's been both of them. That's the thing.
Oh, I'm
That's what
deaf in 1
saying.
ear. This is bad.
She's coming in at I feel like the volume's just down on her a little bit and she's singing like just
Okay,
she's right there with him.
hold on. I need to either prove you wrong or prove myself wrong.
Okay.
I need to listen to this part one more time.
Away, you're gone. Getting far away. Too far away, you're gone. I know I have.
I only hear her when You're Gone comes in.
Really?
I'm deaf in 1 ear, so that has something to do with it. I strayed.
Fair, but yeah, she's there the whole time.
Do they do that in the first chorus? I don't think so, right? There's no IU in the first chorus.
Let me see.
Far away, you're gone. Getting far away. Too far away, you're gone.
Oh, I hear her.
Oh, I have.
Yep. She's still there.
Oh, whoa! The mixing is like so. It's so masterful.
It's so crazy how you can like barely hear her, but her harmony really drives it. Like it's so
I don't know how else to describe her voice other than like he's singing, right? And it feels like she's just swirling around him,
yeah.
like like her voice. I can hear it, but it's not anywhere clear.
Yeah, it's not super obvious, and that's kind of what I love about it.
And I love how she's like
She's letting him still shine
And-
in the singing department.
they notch it up just a bit as it comes closer towards the end of the chorus. That's ooh.
Far away, you're gone.
I hear her now. Yeah,
Getting far away.
I don't hear her now.
It's because she's so breathy.
Far away, you're gone.
Yeah, I definitely hear it on the You're Gone.
To know, yeah.
Wow.
So tell me, yeah, not frightened. Go
I love this slow motion.
you
It is. Oh, it is. I don't know. It's emotional. It's emotional. Like I don't know why. Like I don't want to cry, but like he makes me want to cry. Like especially this shot in the music video. This just slow mo.
I know you know
Oh.
anything there's no. So tell me, yeah, not frightened. Go to go. Doesn't know anymore.
떠가는 사람, 떠가는 사람. 사랑의 끝은 과연 무엇일까? 수많은 사람, 스쳐간 사람. 사랑은 사랑으로 완벽할까? 그래 말야 이타적인 게 어쩌면 되려 이기적이네. 널 위해 한다는 말은 곧 내 욕심이기에 욕심을 버리면 행복해지고 채우지 못한 반쪽짜리 허사. 삶은 저항과 복종 사이의 싸움이라는데 내가 보기에는 외로움들과의 싸움이네. 눈물이 터져 나오면 그대 울어도 돼. 당신은
So in the third verse, it feels like after him talking about his own perspective, second one kind of talking about their relationship together. The third one, it feels like kind of going back a little bit to the original people. Like there's a lot more commentary, more than anything.
Yeah.
닿기에도
And like now he's like kind of like pondering out loud what's the right thing to do. What's the right way to be a person, you know?
Yeah.
충분한데
So tell me,
purple flowers.
Now ride it, go. I know you know anything there's no. So time it's yeah. Now ride it, go. Nobody doesn't know anymore. Yeah.
대부분 다 뭐 사람들한테 전달하고 싶은 이야기도 있지만 나 자신한테 이야기를 하는 것처럼 들린다라는 이야기를 많이 들었거든요. 사실이기도 하고요. 그때 당시에 코로나로 여러 가지 것들을 할 수 없을 때 굉장히 모든 것을 잃어버렸다라고 생각을 했을 때 썼던 곡이기 때문에 나 자신한테 되게 해주고 싶었던 이야기였습니다.
I wonder. Whoops. I wonder what exactly he went through during COVID that he's specifically singing about here. I mean, we recently saw Jimin's COVID music journey, what he went through during COVID. I'm not quite sure if we're going to get as much context as we did with Jimin's album, because it doesn't really seem like Suga's doing a big whole,
Yeah.
like I feel like this is more like he's just leading up to his tour, right? But wow, the song it really makes you think, and hopefully it sparks introspection in other people, because it definitely sparks introspection in me. And I love just how he thinks out loud regarding all that, and how he talks about himself first, talks about the relationship, and then talks about what's the best way forward. Kind of like there is no right answer, no right solution. It's just kind of out there, whereas Jimin was more like a journey, right? It was like hard set, right? From this is what I'm going through and face off. And then by Set Me Free, it's like I'm free. It's a very clear-cut journey. But Suga, and as the case is sometimes with rappers like these, it's a little bit more ambiguous. And
They don't really want to give you everything.
Yeah.
But they'll give you just enough that you can relate.
Exactly.
But that's it.
Exactly.
That's as far as it goes.
Yeah, People Part 2 definitely doesn't have that same like Jimin of like, I want to tell my story, and I hope people can enjoy that and find comfort in that. Suga, I mean, he quite literally says it at the end. It's like, it sounds like, or people are saying, it sounds like you're saying these are things you want to say to other people, but also yourself.
Yeah.
Which is true. So it's like, he said something to me. And I think what that means to me, I cannot properly explain to you guys until I've completely digested this song more and more and more, what this means to me. Same for you, same for anybody else, I think. But what we can is just, I guess, make just a base, shallow judgment on it. Dare we do such a thing? I give it a solid 10 out of 10. It is not at all, for me, it is not at all surprising that Suga released this. Like, especially if you see like Suga's growth over the past few years. Like, I feel like he's becoming such an eclectic pop star of his own. And I feel like he's really embracing that shit too.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, collaborating with IU on this, like having this tone and vibe with this much more simple music video, after he knows what we're used to seeing. And he knows what kind of branding he's created with Agust. And this is what he gives us after all this time. I mean, I think that just, it really speaks to the evolution in Suga's mindset and his production style as well.
Yeah, it says a lot that his previous songs that he's produced for others is the sound that he's put on Agust. Instead of just titling it Suga, he's still choosing to make it Agust. When he could have just said Suga and made it more like personal and not this character that he's created for himself as like Agust. It's so crazy. And it's so good.
What would
I-
you give the song?
I also give it a 10. It's also a 10 for me. It's both not what I expected and also something I hoped for.
I feel like if, you know, what you were just saying about August D being a character, yes, it's a character, but at the same time, it's still him. It's both him and it's both a character at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
which he's said before.
And I think what you said was interesting. I think it also speaks to really what we're gonna get in the future and like what's in store for us in the future and the future of his growth or like where his mindset is headed with, you know, his debut song, and then what was his debut solo song called? I forget.
Was it Agust D?
Oh yes,
It was Agust D.
yes. That's why I always forget.
Yep.
That was like a statement, and then Techita was just hard and intense, right? And for him to make his next public release, People Part 2, which is a it's not necessarily like a direct sequel to People, but at the same time, it's like the same intention and themes.
The
of, like,
message carries.
yeah, the message carries of like trying to like, before it's like, what's wrong with like living this way as a human? Can't I just live this way? Now he's like, I want to figure out humans. I want to figure out people. But like you saying like he had such a hard, aggressive sound. And like if you listen to like the B-sides on all the other D2, D1 stuff, it's still that very heavy hip hop dark sound. But what kind of stuff did he produce for others? This very like soulful,
Like 8, Wine.
Yeah.
Like they're all very.
like very melodical, very soft, and I wonder if he just wasn't ready to do it for himself yet in a public way. He had songs, he had So Far Away, he had People, like the first People, and you know, through this journey that he's been on, and like with COVID, it's like I wonder if it's like this is his evolution, like, and like,
just like I'm ready.
yeah,
now.
I'm ready, you know, like, and perhaps him like sorting and organizing these thoughts about trying to figure out People is maybe what helped him, like, get ready. I'm not saying that's the case, but you know, what else are we gonna do but make assumptions, right? Guys, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on People
yeah.
Part 2. My brain hurts way more than I was expecting it to. Okay, what assumptions did you have going into this? Just given the fact that it's Augusty and it said People Part 2 and it was featuring IU, what were you expecting?
I was expecting singing Suga, and
That's it?
I thought that the rapping would go a little harder, but once the song started, I was like, okay, that's not what we're getting, and I'm okay with that. But there was definitely like it's still August D. Are we gonna get some sort of something?
But we didn't. Not the usual Augusty thing, and that's what threw me. I thought maybe we would get some kind of like contrasting elements or like a dichotomy or like anything that is more like edgy, and that wasn't the case, especially with like IU. Or I thought it would be more if in going in this direction, I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be more pop, it's gonna be more mainstream, like the way RM did Wildflower, but it's not. It was like Suga just honestly did a continuation of
He just upgraded
People.
the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Like
thought
the
maybe
same B-side flavor.
yeah, I thought it would be like, oh, maybe IU's gonna take over like the singing that he started, and he's gonna go more into it.
Yeah. No,
But no, not at all.
It was such a person. I mean, it's like Suga just put out like a B-side, like what he usually puts as a B-side on his album, but he puts it out as I don't know if there's a single or a lead, but that I was not expecting. Like I wasn't expecting to like him to like do this to me. Like this isn't good for a reaction. Like I'm so like in my own head right now. Like I thought like even like I tried to talk about the video as much as possible, but they kept it really, really simple. And it's just like very mainly about Suga's message and the lyrics. And it's just like, I want to go on a walk.
I know. I'm like, I need to go outside.
Yeah.
I need to like.
Yeah, Suga made me think. I was like, oh, what are we gonna get? Like I was like, last time he worked with IU, they had 8, and then the last thing he put out was Techita. So I was like, what kind of cross between that?
No.
Neither. Neither.
No.
It was. This is my favorite Suga. I love singing Suga. But I love more than anything deep and introspective Suga. And this really, I don't know if it hurt me, but like this really pierced my soul. And like a lot of these lyrics like were really, really very, just like very, very meaningful. And like whatever he's trying to say to people, like it personally resonated with me, and it's definitely made me more introspective. I'm curious as to how it has affected other people and how it makes you feel. So please drop a line in the comments below. I genuinely, not even for like the purpose of like supporting the channel, like I genuinely would like to read the comments of like, how did People Part 2 affect you? I think for me personally, I honestly question a lot on like who I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to live life. And then I have gotten to a point where I've also sort of found my identity, but also now I'm sort of like, okay, but then if I do this, like if, like all the stuff like he was saying in the third verse, I'm like, oh my God, like that's where I feel like I'm at right now. And so, I resonated with that a lot, but I'd love to know how this song resonates with you guys. And that's going to be it for the video. Yeah. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed our reaction and review. If you enjoyed this and you would like to support the channel, remember you can visit our Patreon. As I said, we are checking out Suchita at the moment, and we are checking out Run BTS again, and Bon Voyage, spoiler, starting next month. So if you want to join in for that, you can. Of course, you don't have to support us monetarily if you don't want to. You can simply subscribe right here. We're going to have a button for you. Check out our other videos over here, and we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Bye.